My boys and girls all in together. See who's going and who's not. Hi everyone. Last race of the season this weekend. We won the combine last week. We had the first 4 in the combine last week, doing 1795 yards a minute. So very good race for us. Although we did lose a little bit of time trapping, we just had enough advantage to. Well, I think the next flyer was 20 yards behind us or something like that. Sleepwalk 60, good afternoon. Assad, good afternoon from Hemel Hempstead. Love your pigeons. Thank you, mate. Sleepwalk 60, fantastic result. Thank you, mate. Chris Williams, thank you, mate. Tom, hi John, well done last week, thank you. John, what's been digging in the lawn? Well, I'll tell you what's been digging in the lawn. That's been digging in the lawn. And that bugger's been digging in the lawn. Yeah, we patched it up, but it just haven't grown in because they keep digging the bloody thing up. But there we are. How do, John? All the best from Craig. John Moss, well done last week. Thank you. So we're on to this week. Honiton, 120 mile. Like I said, last race of the season. Not sending that many. Most of them have been out as we had that really hard Salisbury, 183 mile. So all the ones that I've stopped have been to there. One come back last week, all cut up. Ended up with 13 out of 14 last week. And we also had one back from the week before. So that worked out good, but it is cut up. Alvin, good job. Thank you, Alvin. Right, Al, ready?
Ready?
Okay, let's go through them. Who we got first then? Good Cock. It's going to be another easy race tomorrow. Although the weather isn't forecast to be brilliant, it's going to be a favourable wind. This cock hasn't been that consistent. I do like him, but he hasn't been that great this year. 25257, blue cock. He's handling probably the best he's ever handled. It's beautiful and clean, just starting to go around the back of the neck there. So he's on his, where is he to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's on his 4th flight. So he's still got plenty of good feather on him. He hasn't started dropping none of his covers yet. He's only just started to go a little bit around the neck. nice hen. Really tight vents on it. Also on its 4th flight. Clean as a whistle. Lovely and soft feathers. Same on both wings. Skin's lovely and clean, nice and pink. One to watch, 44499. Pencil cock, he was a little bit late last week. On his 4th flight. On both wings. 25260. It's a nice looking pigeon. He's slightly long for my preference. Beautiful pink skin. Muscles aren't bulging like I would like.
Tom Jarvie has put, have you used Homoform or Golden Boost?
No, and no. I use Homoform in the breeding loft for the youngsters while they're in the nest. That's the only time I use Homoform. I don't use Golden Boost. One product that I do use, that I should use a little bit more, I actually just ran out of it. Dr. Brocramp CMK. CMK ProBack 1000. I do use that product, but not every week. As you can see, this week I've got B12 in the water again. Red water. Where I didn't use it last week. Don't use it every week. This is the pigeon with a slight split tail.
Two cocks fighting, are they?
Yeah. 24C 25223. 3rd flight. Nice and light. Skin is perfect. Just the right colour.
Dion Smuts put, hi there, hope you're going to have a fabulous race.
Thank you, pal.
Howard Garth just put, new to your channel just last week, loving the videos and liking the way that you check your pigeons over before you basket them.
What was his name?
Howard Garth.
Welcome to the channel, Howard. Good to have you on board. If you hit the subscribe button, it doesn't cost anything. You'll get notifications every time I go live. So I do a live basketing, although this is the last race of the season, but there will be more videos. I go live for basketing, I do a live race, and then we do an update, a Sunday update, which is either Sunday or Monday, of how the birds come, how many I've got, and where we come in the race.
Jack Berry has just put, good luck, pal.
Thank you, Jack. Did you get that message this morning? Managed to save one of those youngsters. It was typical. The mother left the eggs just as the first one was chipping. The first one chipped out and it survived, and I managed to foster it out again, but the second one didn't chip out. 24C 44507. This one's bred by Brian Hawes. So it's 50% his stock, 50% my stock. It's been really consistent. Got a beautiful eye on it. on its 4th flight. And both wings. So still in its prime, it's nice and tight. Oi. Yeah, bloody bully. This is another nice pigeon, another one to watch tomorrow. Feathering's really tight. Come here, you. Nice pink throat. Beautiful skin. See how clear that skin is? How pink it is. How clean the skin is. No scales on it. Beginning part of the year they're full of scales. They've cleaned up and really come into form. On this one here the muscles are slightly bulgy in that keel bone. 507, another one to watch.
Tom Jarvis just put, your young birds are looking well.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 cut up. This one here has got, this is one that's been stopped. This is the red cock that was stopped. He's all hooked up here underneath. He's recovering. But, and now that he's stopped, see how different they are around the face.
Oh, he's really gone, hasn't he?
I'd never send a pigeon
Yeah.
like that when it's gone around the face like that. See, it's gone around the ears. I wouldn't send a pigeon to the race when it's gone around the ears like that. Down underneath the eye, that's where the ear is. And I don't know where he's to in the wing. He's only got 3 flights to go. And his covers are going as well. He's starting to lose his covers and they just feel a little bit bitty. They don't feel smooth.
John Jenkinson's put, good afternoon, hope you and family are okay. I raced with my dad years ago for many years. I've been following you for over a year now. The way you check your pigeons is the same routine as my dad did. Keep it up.
Yeah, thanks for watching, pal. You have really got to check the pigeons. Like this hen here. This hen isn't going either. I mean, she was cut up after the first race. She's still not quite fully recovered yet. So that's 7 weeks ago. She's starting to go in the tail as well. She lost a flight there from her tail. She's still got 5 flights to go. But obviously, she's been training. I carried on training her for the last couple of weeks. I carried on training her, but I haven't raced her because she only had 1 race. That's the reason why I carried on training her, just to give her a bit more experience. But she'll be there for next year. 25402 is one of the really young ones, so she'll stay. This is a nice looking hen.
John Moss has put, the skin is brilliant on the young birds. Congratulations. Is it natural or feeding and training?
Well, that is natural. I haven't given them anything. You can give them, you know, little bits like garlic. That will help get rid of all the down off of them. When you come in the mornings, what you want to see is the down feathers on the drop-ins. Things like that will help purify the blood. But they will naturally get their skin nice and clean and clear as their fitness level goes up. I don't pay too much attention to it beginning part of the season because they still win. So this is another hen. She's stopped. She got hawked. She has been training because she only had a few races.
Howard Gus put, have your pigeons flown well? For anyone in the up north combine, your pigeons do a lot of flying on their own in the 3 counties, so not flock followers.
In the up north combine. Now whether he flies with the up north combine or no, I don't know. I don't think he flies with the up north combine, but he is up that way. Alan Long, he lives in Blythe. He's done really well with our birds.
Well, Jack Berry, he's done well with them.
Yeah, he doesn't race in it. Jack Berry's done really well with the birds. He doesn't fly in the up north combine though. I don't know. I don't know that I've got any birds in the up north combine. I must have birds up in the up north combine flying, but I don't know who. The problem is, some of the times you don't get to hear what they've done. This is another one that's staying home. Until, well, I had one bloke phone up this week. He had a son of Rambo, and he phoned me up, wanted something, and he just told me about some of the performances that cock had bred him, and it had bred him 5 first fed ones. But he had the pigeon 3 years ago, so I didn't get to know about that until this week.
You've got to rely on other people to let you know, I suppose, unless
Yeah,
you follow them.
I get plenty of reports back saying that the birds have won. I had a bloke from Liverpool message me this week. Him, I haven't replied to his message actually, I won't name them. Him and his friend bought a direct child of New Young Kittle, and that's bred winners for him this week. Now this is the hen. So answer to your question, sorry, who answered the question about the up north combine?
Howard Garth.
To answer to your question, Howard, I don't know if I've got many birds flying in the up north combine. I'd love to get birds flying well in the up north combine because obviously the birdage is huge. But they've also got to be in the right hands. Now this is the pigeon that won the combine last week. Look, she's got 4 flights to go. She's quite a way, so she's past her prime. She's a little bit more scaly. This pigeon was bred by a friend of mine, who we go into the one-off races together, and he brought back the nestmate to our winner last year from the UK Premier, and it was called Bullet because it got shot, or Jeremy Davis reckons that it got shot in the semi-final, so it didn't go to the final, but he brought it back, and it bred this pigeon.
Because his performances had been quite consistent, hadn't they, in that?
His performances was better than the hen that won it.
Mm.
And I really thought that he was going to do well, and then he didn't turn up in decent time on the semi-final, and then the next day Jeremy messaged me and said I think he's been shot. But anyway, so he's bred us a combine winner. So all good. She'll go again this week because I didn't breed her. But that's getting to the limits where I'd send them in the molt. A nice little blue here. 25253. Six flights to go. You can tell the pigeons that have been stopped for a week or two, because like this hen, she's got 6 flights to go. The others have only got like 4 flights to go because they've been stopped for a few weeks, so they've already started the molt. By carrying on racing them and training them, they hold the molt, or it slows the molt down. As soon as this week is over, I'll stop these pigeons. They'll stay in for a few weeks and they'll really fall apart. But nothing wrong with this pigeon. Not as nice as those other two though. 507 and 499. This is one of the Panis pigeons. 25243. Eight flights to go. This has really held its molt. Skin isn't quite as clean, but it's still clean. But the muscles are bulging. Walls are nice and clean. Nice pink mouth. Nice glassy eye.
Howard Garth just put certainly right there, so they have to be in the right hands.
Yeah.
And Mohammed Banani has put, what criteria do you use not send to a pigeon race? A pigeon to a race, sorry.
Handling is a big thing. Right, we'll take this pigeon a minute. 25248. This pigeon's had 2 weeks off, so she's had 5 races so far. This week is her 6th race. When you pick a pigeon up, they just want to handle good. Sit in your hand nice, feathers nice and smooth, like silk. I'm talking about youngsters now, not old ones, because when youngsters start to molt, their feathers feel a little bit bitty. They aren't smooth. When the feathers are a little bit bitty, you want to be really careful on wet days, hard days, because they are starting to molt. This pigeon's got 6 flights to go. Nothing wrong with her feather quality. I always look at their breast muscle to see the colour of the skin. I mean, you can tell a little bit by it. If you're feeding too much protein, it'll be a lot darker. But I like to feed a high carbohydrate food. It's a lovely pink colour. You want to try to get that keel bone as white as possible, and the skin that goes over the keel bone as tight as possible, like a piece of cling film. Always look at the wattle, make sure the wattle's nice and clean, make sure it's nice and white, which that one is. The only times it shouldn't be white is if they come through a lot of rain and it'll turn pink, and they'll lose that white on it. If there's any brown marks on the wattle, that's a good sign that they've got respiratory problems. I wouldn't send a pigeon like that. Make sure it's got no nicks at all anywhere on it. So always check underneath the wing, especially underneath the wing, because that's their engine. So if they've got any damage underneath the wing here, you know, they're not going to consistently fly for 2, 3, 4 hours. But check the whole pigeon over and make sure that they've got no tail flights missing. Because if they've got tail flights missing, it probably means that a falcon has gone into them, and if a falcon goes into them with those claws that they've got, they puncture and you can't see the hidden damage. So if they've got any signs of flights gone, always be a little bit cautious in sending them, because you don't know how they're feeling. They can't tell you how they're feeling. So that's a nice little N48 actually.
Right, we've got Sutton Flyer 999. He's put, enjoy all your videos, good luck tomorrow, or she. Another one underneath, hi, hello to you. I'm not sure of the name. Tony Peters, hi John, just tuned in, good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you, Tony.
Andrew Khmer, have you had any fat eye this year? It's rife in our area. What do you give if you get it?
Right, well, fat eye is when the cere of the eye, so around the eye, enlarges, and a lot of people connect it to herpes. Now, I know people that have injected the vaccine for herpes virus and it's had no effect. They've still got fat eye, although one report came back that the symptoms moved on a lot quicker. I've only ever had fat eye once, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I only got it in a few pigeons. So I've never really seen any bad effects of fat eye. Luckily, it was before we went racing, so there wasn't no worries about putting the birds on the wagon or anything like that and spreading the disease. This pigeon's just starting to lose its cover flights here, look. All these cover flights are gone. All the ones down there. This pigeon went last week, but it won't be going this week. She's only got 3 flights to go. She's starting to go around the nose. starting to go around the ears. So for me, that's a big no-no. Don't send them when they're going around the ears. Don't send them when they're going around the nose like that. Other than that, she's handling good, but her feather quality doesn't feel like the rest of them. It feels a little bit bitty, a little bit spiky.
Dion Smuts put, do you give the birds a bath on the day they go to the race or the day after the race?
I always give a bath the day after the race. Because the day after the race, basically, they can do what they want. They can relax, do whatever they want. If they want to fly, they can fly. If they want to stay in, they stay in. So, yeah, bath goes down. Doors are open. They go in and out as they want. I know some people bath them the day of the race, the morning of the race. Now the problem with bathing them is it takes all the oils out, takes all the plume off. If you look on top of the bath after they've had a bath, you've got all the plume on top of the bath water. Now that is their natural defence if they hit a shower coming home. And like tomorrow, if they're not home in good time tomorrow, the chances of them coming through some rain is quite high. So you always want to make sure they're in good feather and got plenty of oil or plume on them. Now a lot of pigeon fanciers, when they pick up, they get this plume spot there on their belly. A lot of them are like me, we've got a little bit of a pot belly. So
natural shells
yeah,
that rest your pigeon on.
So that's always, I always like to see that when you're going around people's lofts and they've got plenty of bloom on them. This one's got 6 flights to go, so it's only on its 4th. Handling really good actually. 25289. That's down as a hen. I'm sure that's a cock. So
Tony Peters. Hi Tony. How many birds are you sending for tomorrow's race, and what time are you looking at for the liberation?
They'll probably go in decent time tomorrow, so I can see me doing a live definitely by 10 o'clock. I can see the birds being up 8 o'clock time in the morning. So 60 mile an hour tomorrow would be 10 o'clock. And how many am I sending? Well, this is all of them. I got 3 cocks. 7 hens.
10.
Now, if you're here next year, I really intend next year to fill these 3 sections up with old birds, with young birds, because I really want to fly with this other organisation. I took 54 birds this year. I've only got 20. I lost 2 race birds training this week from 20 mile. So what I'll do for next year, I'll have maybe 100 youngsters, split the team, 50 for the combine, 50 for the 3 counties. That's what I intend to do next year. So next year I will have a lot bigger team, and I need to be overwintering a few more youngsters just so I've got a decent old bird team, because flying with 2 organisations, you need a few more pigeons. So although we've done really well this year, you know, only sending on average, I suppose, old birds, 16 pigeons, something like that. We won the old bird points. I think we took something like 6 or 7 combines in the old bird racing. So we've done really well. Flying quite a small team, but I do want to get a bigger team for next year, or not next year, the year after, so we can have a good go at this 3 races combine.
taking the car?
No, I got all the stuff in the van.
Oh, what about all the stuff that was in there?
Sorry?
We've had a clear out.
Oh, I just pushed it back.
Ah, okay. Ken and Ronnie's put, John, great result last week. Ronnie in Belfast.
Ronnie in Belfast. Thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, we had the first 4 in the combine last week. It's been tough racing this year. It has been tough, especially young birds.
Right. Well,
Right.
there they are. Good luck, babies.
Oh,
See you tomorrow. Hey.
Better get the clock.
Yeah, I'll get the clock. You talk to everybody there and you might need to.
Okay. Right, there they are. 10 pigeons, 7 hens, 3 cocks. They're going to be wore out fighting like that. But yeah, all good. Streetwalk 60. Will you be treating yourself to a holiday after the season's finished? No. No, we've Mrs. wants the house decorated, so we've started in the first bedroom. That's done now. I'm redoing my office, so I've got all new units going in the office, so I'll be doing that as well. So no plans of any holidays or anything like that yet. Gotta wait for our crypto to mature, Masal. Anybody into their crypto? NPCS on Solana. You can get it on the Soulflare wallet, you can get it on the Phantom wallet, you can get it on Mexi and Bitmart. It's a really, really good price at the minute if anybody's interested in crypto. I really, really think you're going to 10 times your money if you put £1,000 on NPCS. I'm sure by the end of next year, maybe early 2026, I'm sure that it's going to 10 times your money. £1,000 turning into 10,000. But I'm not a financial advisor, just something that I'm doing. So that's it, everybody. Thanks everybody for watching. No more messages. Good luck to everybody who's racing this week. Season's coming to an end now. Well, it's definitely coming to an end for us. I know a few people have got some of their longer and classic races. I think the Irish are coming over here to Penzance, which is just there. I think they were due down this weekend, but I don't think they've basketed yet, so because the weather isn't supposed to be great over the weekend, so I'm sure they'll be here next week. But yeah, good luck if you're still racing. Hope you get good returns. If you don't get good results, good returns are the most important thing with young bird racing, because they're only young birds for one season. Sprint pigeons are, you need them. You need yearlings in your sprint team, in my opinion. They're the most important part of a sprint team. Plenty of yearlings. If you've got 50% yearlings in your race team for old birds, that's good going. That's what I aim for, 50% yearlings in my race team for old birds. But yeah, like I said, they're only young birds for one season. I've had many a young birds that have just been mediocre pigeons as young birds. You know, they've got a lot to go through. There's a lot to learn, a lot of stress for them, going through the darkness. Some of them don't perform as young birds, but you want them there performing as yearlings if they don't perform as young birds. And quite often that'll be the case. Your pigeons that perform well as young birds, they don't perform so well as yearlings and yearlings and 2-year-olds. But your pigeons that were just your mediocre pigeons coming home in the second or third batches, they've still got to be consistent. Don't get me wrong. You know, you don't want them coming the next day every week, because because you don't need a clock for them, you'll need a calendar. So yeah, carry plenty of yearlings across. Thank you, Tony. Andy Crigland, tough week to negotiate, John. Yeah, you've got a tough one. We're at Honiton, so 120 mile to me, Andy. There is I'm saying there is, hopefully tomorrow morning there could be a break so we can get our birds away, say 8 o'clock, and home by 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30, before the rain comes in. But if you have a bad start and that rain comes in, you can have a few empty perches. But yeah, good luck with your racing, Andy. I know you made another call there. When was it? Maybe this morning. It is a difficult one, especially making a late call for that like that. But we all know, or I certainly know, can't speak for everybody, that you're doing it with the best interests of the pigeon. And that's what all these organisations need to do. It's the best interest of the pigeon, not the fancier. You know, if the fancier's away, or, you know, they're not the ones that's actually got to fly this race, it's the pigeon. So everything must be done with the best interest of the pigeon. So best of luck, Brian. Thank you very much. Good luck to the Three Counties Combine racing tomorrow. Andy Crigland's on there, watching there at the minute. Hope everybody has a good race tomorrow and get all your birds home. Is your dad there tomorrow? Yes, Tony, he should be here tomorrow. He doesn't come up on basketing now because there's always just too much going on. I was supposed to be in the club for 3:30. It's 22 minutes past 3 now, but I can waffle on. So Dad will be here tomorrow, hopefully. We'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye for now.